Demon Souls. Let's get into it. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am Mikhail Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. I stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mikhail Kasanova, so catch me over there. And if you're here on YouTube and you like my content and you want support, we got channel memberships for early and exclusive access to stuff, as well as Patreon too. So patreon.com/Mikhail Kasanova. All my plugs out the way. All right, so we're going to be kicking off this first set of PlayStation 5 exclusive reviews with Demon Souls, or Demon's Souls, for PlayStation 5. I'm excited because let me have you step into the DeLorean and go back in the past. It's 2009, right? October 6, 2009, which is actually my birthday. That's the year that I actually turned 20 or 21. Yeah, I turned 21 that year. So in that year, I walked into Gamestop, one over here on Kapahulu. I walked into the Gamestop and it was absolutely insane because as soon as I walked in, the guy who ran that store told me, Mikhail, I don't care what you came in here for, you need to go and get Demon Souls. And I was like, what the hell is that? I've heard nothing about it. See, I was casual back in the day. I used to read, you know, like 1UP and IGN back when I actually thought IGN was worth it. I know I just shot my whole gaming credibility right there. But I went in and I talked to the guy and he was telling me about how great it was. He's like, look, I don't care. He's like, look, you're not even going to buy this. I'm giving this to you. I have a used copy. Go play right now. I'm like, used? Didn't it just come out? He's like, yeah, someone bought it and brought it back. But here, go play it right now. And so I went home, I played it, and then I was like, holy shit, this game is good. It's hard as hell, but it's good. So I got hooked. And then in 2011, we had Dark Souls 1. Then 2013, 2014, we had Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the, or whatever, you know, Dark Souls 2. And then from there, 2016, we had Dark Souls 3. So I played those. I've also played the Neo series, which is heavily inspired by Demon Souls and Dark Souls. Also got into Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, which is interesting, is one of the producers of that title, Shibata-san, friend of mine, actually signed my copy of it. It's awesome, the Soul series, which was spawned. Technically, a lot of people think it spawned with Demon Souls, but it actually started with Kingsfield and really just went from there to being just this amazing series that or style of gameplay and genre that so many people are trying to capture lightning in the bottle that From Software got from day one. Well, actually, you can't really say day one because it didn't kick off with Kingsfield. It kicked off with Demon Souls, but really skyrocketed when it went to Dark Souls. So in this review, I know, look, I did a whole background. Just want to give you guys like my personal history with Demon Souls or From Software games, and you understand where I'm coming from with this review. So in this review, we're going to be talking about Demon Souls, why it's great, why you should be playing the remake. It's a spoiler alert, the game is phenomenal. If you got PlayStation 5, there's no reason you should not be playing this. I'm trying to get this woman behind me to go and play it. And she's gonna play. She's probably gonna beat it and do way better than I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, all that out the way. Buy the game, it's amazing. That's the spoiler alert. You can stop watching the video right here if you want. Just, you know, all that out the way. Let's go ahead and get into Demon Souls for PlayStation 5. Demon Souls is set in Boltaria, a kingdom consumed by a dark being called the Old One, following its release through the use of forbidden soul arts. Your role is to take on the mantle of a hero brought to Boltaria to kill its fallen king Alant and pacify the Old One. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not going to dive more into the story because of all the Souls games, Demon Souls has the deepest lore, and it's really one that encourages you to explore and learn. It's not a story that's literally told to you. It's one that you have to kind of go out of your way to understand hands-on. So definitely If you pick it up, I'm telling you, especially if you like, you know, Berserk. There's a lot of Berserk. Well, there's a lot of Berserk references in the entire Souls franchise, but definitely in this one. And I would highly suggest you dive into the lore. But let's move on to gameplay. This is the origin of the Souls style of gameplay, or the "it's Dark Souls hard" meme, as this game can be brutal in its difficulty. Demon's Souls doesn't hold your hand at all and expects you to learn from dying. And trust me, you will be dying a lot. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Death is certain. They say death, taxes, that's a guarantee in life. Yeah, in Demon's Souls, you're gonna die. It's just gonna happen. Deal with it. Your character moves about fairly normal as per any third-person action game, with a few exceptions being that you have no ability to jump, and with the exception of walking and running, every action that you take drains your stamina bar from sprinting, blocking attacks, dodging, and attacking. Your button layout is set up to cross being the interact button, circle being the run and dodge, roll, and evade button. Square is your item usage button. R1 is your light attack, with R2 being heavy attack and R3 being lock on, and L1 being block, with L2 being parry. I forgot to include when I originally recorded this that by pressing triangle, it allows you to two-hand whatever weapon you have in your primary hand, the left or your right. If you have a sword or a hammer or an axe or a polearm, you can two-hand it with that. I forgot to include that, so I want to include it now. All right, back to the review. With nearly every action draining your stamina gauge, you'll need to make sure you approach every encounter in a strategic manner, as you don't want to be rushing into situations as if you're
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
Oh my god, he just ran in. Save him!
Oh geez, stick to the plane!
Oh Jesus, let's go.
as that will be a swift end to you. The best approaches in this game is patience, as that alone will allow you to avoid taking a lot of damage, avoid traps, and cheap deaths. You still will die a lot, but you'll die less often if you're patient. Yeah. You'll come across rooms and areas where you'll have a few enemies littered about, from ranged attackers to melee attackers, and you have to be careful because you literally can be killed in a few hits, if not one. There is a block button in L1 and parry button in L2, which allows you to parry most attacks and open enemies up to either a one-hit kill or a devastating repulsed attack, which will take off a large chunk of health from enemies. Each enemy has a pattern that you won't immediately see from the get-go, but if you apply patience to yourself in real life, when I say apply patience to yourself, I mean IRL, in real life, not in the game, but you could apply it in the game too. Apply patience. Patience is your virtue here. It is your safe space in this game. It's your happy space. Then you'll eventually come to a point where you can avoid damage or reduce your damage intake, as well as keeping you from dying from sudden swarms of enemies or flurry of attacks. Even bosses have patterns which can be avoided, making them a pushover, such as the armored spider, which has easily avoidable fireballs, and slowdown webs, which require you to dodge left or right, and then a double arm swipes, which all you have to do is dodge roll forward to fully avoid any damage, and etc. Speaking of bosses, they all look incredibly majestic in this new engine, and yet they still fall to the same tactics as before if you play the 2009 original, which effectively means that even though everything visually is aesthetically upgraded, the AI is fundamentally the same. There are a lot of things that they could have added to it, Bluepoint Games I mean, but they didn't. So you're effectively dealing with the same AI with a fresh coat of paint, if you catch my drift. If you haven't played the original, then just be ready to expect some need to, grind to get both better gear and items, as you will be crushed and crushed a lot until you learn the boss patterns and parameters of the character class you decide on going with when you created your character. Yes, there is character creation in this game, as you start off the game selecting your gender and class, from knight to monk to soldier and more, each with their own set of boons and disadvantages, be it in strength, constitution, endurance and stamina, and more. You can decide how your character looks from facial features, skin color, hair, tattoos, scars, and etc. Now, graphically speaking, Bluepoint Games deserves an award for how they brought this classic back to life with a fresh coat of HD paint and a smooth, higher refresh rate to make it as buttery smooth as possible. No matter if you're playing this game in 4K at 60 frames per second or in 1080p at 60 frames per second, it looks miles better than what the original looked like. And even then, the original was no slacker in looks. It was, however, hampered with, let's be honest, long load times, murky and muddy textures, and occasionally or more frequently actually slow down. This version doesn't have any of that. This remake honestly makes everything better, as it's remade from the ground up and everything looks all the better. Your avatar looks incredible along with the enemies and especially the locals. The bloom effects look spectacular and every area has a creepy atmospheric look to it. The level of detail in the first level alone is substantial and the fog effects look amazing, unlike any I've seen in a game, and honestly, it's something that I hope that if we do ever get another Silent Hill game, I do hope that Konami will reach out to Bluepoint Games on how to effectively use fog and lighting to create a truly tense atmosphere. Now, as far as audio, it's Demon's Souls. Enough said. Everything here sounds like the original with extra layers of clarity. The main theme is as majestic as it was over a decade ago, and the sounds of enemies, groans and grunts to the sounds of clashing of sword on bone and scale to explosions and more, they all just sound breathtaking. The voice acting, even as limited as it is still superb, which another random fact is they were able to get almost the entire original voice acting cast to come back and redo their lines for this remake. It's truly astonishing what they've been able to do with this. I again, hats off to Bluepoint Games. And to end off the audio section, there's just nothing bad to say here. It's all fucking good. Downsides are, well, you knew I had to come with some downsides. It's hard if you're not patient and observant. That's just about it. Yeah, that's the downside. Aside from the fact that this game, well, yeah, this is the game that birthed the "it's Souls hard" term and meme. There really aren't any downsides to this other than the difficulty, which, honestly speaking, it's really not that difficult if you learn the mechanics and the patterns of your enemies, your class, and your abilities and attributes. The game is not hard. Now, this is if you're just very, very observant. If you're not observant, then you'll get your ass handed to you. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just get good or game over. Now, honestly, the game isn't very new player friendly, and it is incredibly hard and will put off many players who don't have the patience to endure how this game teaches you its mechanics. But that's part of the charm, is how the game teaches you. Think of it this way. Demon's Souls likes to approach teaching you how to play it like a parent that's teaching you tough love. Not the abusive type, but you know what I'm saying, tough love. Like, surprise, motherfucker, get your ass up. You know what I mean? So like, think of it like that. It's in the sense of, I want you to get better, but I'm not going to hold your hand, and you're through trial and error and your own will, you'll get better and you'll understand and grow. That kind of sounds a little morbid, but yeah, Demon's Souls is like that parent, that tough, loving parent. We'll go with that. Now, to wrap up this review, let me say this. Demon's Souls is not a game for everyone. It is brutally hard if you've never played a Souls game. It relishes in your defeat. It's very gleeful in your misery. And yet, once you learn how this game's mechanics operate and learn the patterns of enemies and bosses and traps and your own character attributes and classes, then this game opens up into being a beautiful nightmare of a masterpiece that you will be hooked on. From gorgeous visuals to a hauntingly epic soundtrack to a tough to learn yet rewarding to master gameplay system to incredibly strategic gameplay with tons of replay value and more, Demon's Souls is the masterpiece that every gamer should experience, especially if you have a PlayStation 5. There is no reason whatsoever that this game is not in your collection. Demon's Souls for PlayStation 5 is a must own. I don't care how you get it, so long as it's legal. Yeah, don't do nothing illegal. But so long as you got it, I think you'll love it. Even if it's hard, you know, get good or game over. It's just the old principle of gaming. You keep trying till you get better. I understand accessibility and all that other stuff, but I like playing a game that the developer's vision for it is not compromised by whatever is going on in society. If you and two, if someone wants to get good at a game, they'll get good at a game. So yeah, that's my review of Demon's Souls. What do you guys think? Do you have Demon's Souls for PlayStation 5? Or do you have it for PlayStation 3? Did you love it then? Do you prefer Dark Souls to Demon's Souls? Do you prefer Neo to Sekiro? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going down below in the comment section, and also get it going on in the Discord, which is open and available to everyone. So if you want to, link for that is down below in the description. Just so you know, if you do buy the game using my Amazon affiliate link, I do get a small percentage kickback, which actually goes into helping the channel and providing more content and quality here. So I appreciate it if you do use the link, and if not, hey, it doesn't matter. So with that being said, I'm signing out. This is Mikhail Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. I stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mikhail Kasanova. If you're watching this on YouTube and you really enjoyed it and you want to support the work that I do, I have channel memberships as well as on patreon.com/Mikhail Kasanova. Both, either or, they're options. Either one you go with, they allow me to, you know, create more exclusive content for you guys. So if you want to support my work, there you go. You got both options there. And also the biggest support of all is just watching my content and sharing it with people, which is the thing I really implore. If you really enjoyed it, please share it with someone else, and maybe, you know, they'll share it too. So with that being said, I catch you guys in the next one. Blue Point Games, you guys did a phenomenal job with this remake, top to bottom. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I can't wait to see what else you guys are going to take on next. And other than that, I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces wow, too sweet, be the elite. See you on the next one. Peace. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I really want to say mahalo and gracias for doing so. It is truly amazing that I have people that actually enjoy my content. I mean, you made it to the end of the video, so I assume you enjoyed it. If you didn't, hey, there's a dislike button you can always hit. I know, you know, some people like to do that, but hey, whatever. I just am appreciative of the fact that you came through, you watched it, you got to this point. If you want to do me a solid, go ahead and hit the like button if you really liked it. And if you loved it, go ahead and sub for more content like this. If you want to support my work, we've got channel memberships, we got Patreon, and all that will pop up somewhere on the screen here and linked down below. Your support means a lot to me. If you know someone who would enjoy this type of content, go ahead and share it. That's what matters most. You guys watching it and sharing it with someone who might enjoy it, a friend, who knows. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Mahalo again, gracias, and fa'afatai. I will see you on the next one. Yeah, there's 3 different languages I spoke there. So Hawaiian, Spanish, and Samoan. So gives you a little detail as to what I'm mixed with. But with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe, and yeah, happy gaming, happy streaming. Have a good one.